Hey everybody, Julian here with For Creators by Creators, the premier law firm representing content creators, social media influencers, and startup companies. I get a lot of questions from clients about how the process of hiring a lawyer actually works. As you can probably imagine, many people go their entire lives without so much as talking to a lawyer, let alone having to hire one. So for many people, the process isn't clear. Do you have to pay them all the money up front? Is there a guarantee on your case result? What kind of paperwork do you need to sign? So in this video, I'm going to walk you through the basic process of what it looks like to actually retain a lawyer to help work for you and your case needs, whatever those may be. Remember, nothing that I'm saying in this video is legal advice. It is purely educational and informational. If you do want to talk to me about hiring me as your attorney, my work email is down below in the description of the video. The first step that you're going to take if you want to hire a lawyer is to find a lawyer that actually practices the type of law that you need. Now, sometimes this could be pretty obvious. If you need a prenup agreement signed, you're going to want to try to find a family or a transactional lawyer. If you want to file a civil suit for sexual harassment against your employer, you're probably going to need an employment attorney. Or maybe you got a traffic ticket, in which case you want to get it removed from your record and you need a traffic lawyer. Either way, step number one is to reach out to the lawyers that you want to work with. Most law offices and attorneys will offer you a free consultation. I do with any of my clients. And these are the opportunities where you can describe the issues that you're having and your case and what you want, and you can see if the lawyer is willing to help you. These are free. There's no strings attached. You usually don't need to sign any agreement with the lawyer or the law firm. Keep in mind that the information shared in these sessions is confidential and it's protected by attorney-client confidentiality principles, so you should feel free to be open with this lawyer even if you don't end up hiring them. And during these sessions, the main goal for you should just be to understand if this attorney can help you, listen to what they have to say, answer their questions honestly, and most importantly, ask them about the cost. How much is it going to be to handle your case? Do they work on contingency fee models, aka can they take a percentage of any recovery if you decide to sue somebody or go after someone who owes you money, rather than having you pay an hourly fee up front? But the consult process is straightforward. You hop on a phone call or meeting in person, maybe on a Zoom, you talk about the case, you see if the lawyer can help. Now, if the lawyer can help, the next step is for them to send you an engagement letter. And an engagement letter is a fancy way of saying a contract. It's a contract that binds you as the client to the lawyer who's representing you. And in this engagement letter, what is usually discussed is the type of case the lawyer is handling and the fee structure, aka how much is the lawyer being paid to handle the case. You're probably going to see other terms in here too, like confidentiality and the firm's policies on destroying documents. More likely than not, there's going to be a choice of forum or maybe even an arbitration clause in there, which basically says that if you guys end up in a dispute, that you don't take it to the court system, but instead you handle it via arbitration. But the more important thing you want to look at here is the fee structure. How much is it going to cost? And this is where retainers come in. Many lawyers and law firms will demand retainers to be paid up front, and these could be in the tens of thousands of dollars before they do any work on your case. And the way that a retainer works is like this. Let's say that my firm, which by the way has no retainer because I don't think that they're fair, but let's say my firm has a $10,000 retainer. That means that before I do any work for you, you need to give me $10,000. Now let's say my hourly rate is $500. It's not, but for example, I'm going to work on your case and charge you $500 an hour. And until I hit that $10,000, you don't have to pay me because you basically already did. Think of it like a prepaid phone card. The lawyer basically has up to the retainer amount in prepaid expenses and legal work before they need to ask you for more money. In addition, the way that most law firms operate is that if they finish the work before all of the retainer is spent, they'll send you back the remainder. So it's not like all of the retainer is automatically spent. However, as you can imagine, having a retainer can be hard. Getting together those thousands of dollars is difficult. That's a lot of money, especially for something like a lawyer, which isn't a predictable expense. So it's important when you think about retainers, and not just retainers, but also the hourly rate of lawyers, for you to do your research and shop around to find the best one available for you. I recommend Avo and Yelp to help get you a decent understanding of the lawyers available around you, as well as what they offer and how reputable they are, like their reviews. Now let's say you've signed the engagement letter and you have an attorney now working on your case. The last thing that you should keep in mind is that you should feel free to follow up and check in with them on the status of your case. Don't be afraid to shoot them an email and say, hey, can we jump on a quick call so I can hear any updates? Ask questions if you have them. Remember that if you're being charged hourly, the more things you ask and the more time you ask on the phone, the more you're going to be billed. So keep that in mind. But you should absolutely not be afraid of your lawyer. There's a lot of people there who are afraid of their attorneys or even afraid to reach out to a lawyer. But the reality is lawyers are working for you. You are the consumer. The lawyer is the service provider. You should never feel afraid or intimidated to ask the person that you're paying for your legal work for help or to answer a question. Ultimately, if you find yourself needing a lawyer, chances are that you're going to be stressed out, and that's totally normal. Just remember to do your research and pay close attention to the bill that you receive from them when you get it to make sure that it lines up with the work that they're providing you. And if you need any transactional legal work, including prenup drafting, custom contracts, commercial agreement reviews, or startup work, you drop me a line anytime for a free consult. I hope you found this helpful, and if you did, share it with a friend and smash that sub button. I hope to see you guys around soon. Take care.